So what is up guys, this is Drakane here, welcome back to another video on taming here on Ark Survival Evolved Mobile. So guys, in this video we're going to be taming up a Plesiosaur. Yeah, those long necked ones like a turtle like body, the Plesiosaurus, yeah. Now I'm going to there are several methods that you can use to just tame these guys. First thing, they will take Rex Kibble in order to just tame them. So for Rex Kibble you need Rex eggs, long grass, primate jerky, major berries, fiber and the water skin as usual. Now their saddle, normal saddle is unlocked at level 64. For that you are going to need some hide, fiber, cementing paste and silica pearls, while for the platform saddle, which is unlocked at level 84, you are going to require some metal ingots in addition to the rest of the jazz. So now I've got the items ready. Okay, so I've built a specific trap. I'm going to show you guys how to use the trap, and I also brought some flippers, the frog feet. They can be taken from the dungeon, and also a platform saddle along with the soothing balm, the kibble, and also lots of narcotics, because I don't think with the kibble I'd require narcotics, but if you're using raw meat or something you will have to use some narcotics. First thing is, I should just explain the trap that I made up, right? And I show you guys how to use this trap. It's kind of a simple procedure, so let's get on with it. Then first let me reach my Mosasaur. So I built the trap on the Mosasaur. Alrighty, so let me just get on here. This is how the trap looks from the top. I'll just explain the functions to you guys. Let me just go down a little bit and get rid of these megalodons. Yeah, when you're taming up any kind of a creature like Plesios or a Mosasaur and the likes, you definitely have to get rid of all the megalodons in the area because they are a big pain. Alright, so let me get on my scuba before I drown. That's done. And okay, so you have to leave your Mosasaur because I'm talking about a Mosasaur platform saddle trap build. Okay, so you have to leave your Mosasaur on passive. So all these pillars are 6 high. There are 6 pillars in each one, and you have to be quite accurately and place the foundations, these 2 foundations at the very edges, and then by keeping 1 foundation distance between each and every one of these foundations, you have to place until the very edge, and afterwards you have to place these stone roofs at the edges and the front also if you want, because I placed this in the front so that I can place a dino gateway in order to trap the Plesio inside. So by placing these roofs, I just made the trap wide enough so the Plesio can just get inside, because they are kind of like white creatures and all. And these pillars at the back, those are just 5 high. I just kept them 5 high because I only required those in order to trap the Plesio inside, to stop it from escaping, swimming outwards. So, and then there are these, the roof I just built like this to stop the Plesio from just swimming outwards. Yes, so now this is just a custom build. You can use the Behemoth Gateways if you want. I didn't use it because if you guys had seen the Mosasaur taming video, you guys might have seen that I had a lot of difficulty just getting them to just line up close to each other because they kept snapping to each other. Maybe it's an Android thing, don't know. So let's just get to trapping this guy. I'm just showing you guys how to do this method, and then yeah, we'll just use up the other methods as well. Alright, so I'm gonna get rid of this megalodon here, and then we can trap up the Plesiosaur that we found out. So it was here last. Okay, so the trick is you have to first get it to the absolute depth limit they have. Now these guys can't damage stone, they can damage wood and thatch, and almost every creature can damage thatch. Yes, so these guys can damage thatch and wood but not stone. Okay, so once it's up to the depth limit, you can just move away and then reposition yourself so that this guy will get trapped. You have to move downwards slightly. It's not too easy to just get these fellows into the trap because the way the Mosasaur is moving, the trap gates openings are just moving around as well. It's not actually entirely easy thing to get this guy inside, but once it's trapped inside, the taming process is easy. So it's right here, and there we go. It just glitched out of the trap. That happens, so you have to be yeah, it's not too easy just getting this guy to go into the trap. Alright, okay, there we go. It's trapped. Now your Mosasaur should be on passive, otherwise it will just start attacking the Plesio. So what's left is to just close the trap up, just like this. First, now the Plesio is completely aggroed onto the Mosasaur. It's not going to attack me, which makes it easier for me to just trap this guy up properly. Alright, now the Mosasaur is taking a bit of damage, but that's perfectly fine because Mosasaurs have a massive health pool. They won't die. Nope, that's not how I wanted to place that. And you should avoid getting hit by the Plesio as much as possible, because they do deal a large chunk of damage. It's kind of difficult just building on the Mosasaur because of the way it just keeps on moving, and I can't even pick it up, and destroying stuff is even harder. Okay, so let's try to just place the trap. Come on boy, just snap onto it. Alright, so now that this guy is trapped, I can begin the process of just tranking this guy without a problem. Now I would recommend that you guys also just, if it's possible, use a compound bow and toxicant arrows, because the two of them have a devastating effect of torpor. So first let's check this guy's torpor. 40,000 torpor. Now it won't be too long before this guy's knocked out because of the toxicant arrows out of the combo. So let's just trank this guy out. Alright, so that's the torpor run. Now this guy is trying to run away, but yeah, this guy can't because it's trapped. Now if you are just riding the Mosasaur around, then this guy will just glitch out of the trap, as I'll just show you guys as soon as we knock this guy out. Alright, so it's knocked out, and let me just get my Mosasaur out of the way, so and also then you guys can see what I just mean about the glitchy part. Just like that. So you cannot just trap one of these fellows and just move away, because this guy will definitely just glitch out. You cannot just transport it like that. So let's just, so guys, this is how you tame them up. This is one method that you can use to tame them up. After this guy will just tame himself up easily. So that's the method 1, and then we can get on to method 2 right now. Alright guys, so this is the second method that you can use to tame up one of these fellows. First let me get rid of this manta here, because it's going to trouble me a lot. Alright, so that guy is done. So the second method requires you to use some scuba flippers or possibly the frog feet. Both of them will work very well. Whether you use the frog feet or the scuba feet, what is required is that you have to move very fast, and also you have to have some creature, possibly a strong creature, on passive following you at the highest distance possible. So like I'm going to come up to this amount of area, and then this guy is following me, and I can ask you to stop. Now the Plesios have a depth limit, and still I'm going to use my compound bow with the toxicant arrows. None of them hit. The thing is, now as soon as you go down below the depth limit, these guys will aggro onto you, and by swimming at its face you can avoid its attacks as much as possible, just like that. Just maintaining it properly will help you to do this. Otherwise you can just swim up to the depth limit, and then this guy will stop following you, and then that way also works. So but I'm like this way a bit more better, because this is kind of exciting most of the times and a bit dangerous. And having the scuba diving, the boots, flippers or the frog feet will help you a lot, because when you have those, you can chase this guy even when it starts to run. So let's just get this done properly. Alright, so the Plesio is now top running, and I just asked my user to follow me because it's a good protector. And a few more arrows and this guy will be knocked out. Well, chasing this guy is also kind of okay-ish, because the Plesios aren't really fast. They are kinda slow creatures, not massively slow, but just slow enough for you to be able to just keep following it and tracking it like this. Well, unlike with using a trap, you're bound to miss a few shots, but that's just fine, because these guys, even though their topper drops, but their topper drop isn't too extremely fast or something, but yeah, this way works as well properly. Having the scuba flippers or one of these frog feet will help you a lot, because it will help you to just move at the same speed as this guy. And now this guy is knocked out. My Tuso is here with me, and that way I can get rid of these mantas. Now with the Tuso I have to be extremely careful, because they have a massive range of attack. That means their attack radius is very large because of their tentacles. Alright, now all that's left is to get the Kibble into this guy. Always guys, remember that toxic and arrows mixed with compound boss is really effective, like unbelievably effective. So this is the second method that you can use to tame up one of these guys. As I mentioned, with some scuba diving gear, the flippers specifically, you can just stay at the exact depth limit of these fellows and just tame them up as well. That way also works very well. Staying at the depth limit helps you a lot. Other than that guys, you can also use caves. There are caves in the near the sea bottoms. There are small caves, so what you can do is just lure one of these guys up to the cave, and by going into the cave entrance you can just trank these guys out peacefully, because these guys, even though their whole body cannot fit into the caves, their long neck and shoulders and everything will fit along with the head, so you can just keep shooting it in the head. Now these guys don't have headshot multipliers, but when their head is inside you can keep shooting it without trouble. The only thing is sometimes anglers and megalodons can follow you inside, so you have to be aware of that. So guys, that's the hard part done. Now all we have to do is just wait for this guy to get tamed up. Alright, so here we go. Okay, level 607, 30k health, really good. And they have a lot of weight capacity, just like with all undersea creatures. And this guy looks cool as well. Okay, 804% melee damage. Let's get the saddle onto you. So they've got two saddles. The Plesio saddle isn't as big as the Mosasaur saddle, the platform saddles I'm speaking about. So I don't want to keep you guys waste your time at all. So now as you can see, just let me get a little bit of distance. In the distance you can see that bright spot, like patch like area on the ground there, that spot. So if you guys want to tame one of these Plesios on like inside a cave, just remember when you at a certain distance, away from the cave, you can see like a spot of bright light on the ground, so you know that there's a cave in that area and you can use it to tame this guy up the same way I told you guys. So let's put you on neutral and stop. So we'll just be discussing about this guy, what this guy can do, testing this guy out in another video, because this is about taming. So just remember that you have to watch your stamina when you're doing this method that I showed you, the second method, because your stamina regen is quite slow underwater, so you have to be careful about that. Even with the scuba gear, your stamina will just regen too slowly. So that's how you would tame up one of these Plesios. So I'm not sure why it's not possible. So guys, yeah, I was a bit confused at first, so I just checked out a video by Cams25, so Camzy, by that guy. So I just checked out a video on him. He has a video on Plesio taming where he's using the Behemoth Gateways. That also works, but due to some reason the gates are just snapping to each other, so I'm not able to just place them at all. So guys, that'll be it about the taming video then. Oh nope, before I forget, because I almost forget, I'm very forgetful. So on accounts of where these guys can be found, just like with the Mosasaurs and all, near the red XX region, that's a prime spot for these spawns, and also around this kind of spot behind the herbivore island, and the between the longitudes of 60 and 70 also, those are also prime spots. Basically guys, any spot that is near to the edge of the map is a prime spot, but I've mostly seen them spawning around the red XX region, behind Carnivore Island sometimes, and mostly behind the Herbivore Island as well. So those are places that you can go, even at about launch 40 and for latitude 90, even at about that spot. So these fellows do spawn in. So my current position is right here, if you guys can see it. So that's also one of the spots that these guys appear, 60-70 also. So you guys can check out those areas, because those are prime spots for Plesio spawns and Mosasaur spawns as well. Even Plesiosaur spawn in the red XX region. Most of the larger creatures will spawn in the red XX region, even the Leopardons as well. So guys, that will be it about this then. So this is Drakane here, over and out. So if you find this video to be helpful, ring that notification bell and smash that thumbs up, and subscribe as well and never miss a video. So bye guys, until next time.